time on how I was fucking with this little young nigga, and my 30-year-old ass had no business fucking with. So I met this guy through a mutual friend at the time. But we cool now, but we ain't as close as we used to be, right? I used to go back and forth over her house, because like I said, we were friends in high school. I used to go back and forth over her house all the time. And at the time, he was fooling with one of her friends that I really didn't know the girl. I didn't know her, I just knew of her. He was fucking with her at the time. So the whole time I'm back and forth over there, he really baiting me and watching me. Like he really just, he watched me with me coming back and forth over there. Like I said, you know, at the time, me and my kid's dad was together. We had just broke up. So I just really didn't have my ass on nobody. I was just chilling at the time. I didn't want to be bothered. Fast forward, it was another time I came over there, and the girl that he was messing with, she wasn't there. He was like, what's your name? This and I said, we ain't even play these games. You dealing with somebody. I said, you know who I am. I don't know anything about you. I don't want to know nothing about you. Cause like I said, I ain't have my ass on nobody. I was chilling. I was in my soft girl era. So fast forward, we end up exchanging numbers. We talking on the phone. I'm going by there. By that time, my friend at the time had put old girl out. I don't know what happened. That's another story time. So I'm going back and forth. We talking on the phone. We kicking it. But I never slept with him over there. So it was a time where we was in Jackson off Mega Evans. I could go past his house now. I don't know if old girl still stay there or not. But I could just pull up to the house like where I was at the time. He called me. He was like, "What you doing?" I said, I'm on my way to Jackson like this." He was like, "Pull up over here." I said, "Well, drop your low like this. Send me your location." So he sent me his location. I went over there. When I got there, it was a house. Like I had went to the end of the street, turned around, and I pulled up. So the way I pulled up, where I could get out on the driver's side, go straight to the door, and come out and get on the and get back in my car and just pull out and leave. So we get there. When I get there, he's sitting in this chair by the wall, going through a bag of clothes. Look, what you got going on with this bag of clothes ain't got my concern. But my only concern was, I was like, well, who house is here like this? He was like, this my sister's house. I stay with my sister. It was giving a female stay there because of all the stuff that was there. Like it was pack of chicken in the sink. You can see female product, and then you can see kid stuff there as well. So I get there, sit on take my shoes off, and I still got them shoes. I think them shoes bad look, because every time I put them shoes on, them shoes give me the world of trouble. And I ain't had them on since. But anyway, I take my shoes off, get undressed, we get to doing the do. We hear some keys turning the door. It was her brother. At the time, it was a girl brother. It was her brother, and it was his partner. They were doing some roof work on the house. He coming in, they was talking. The guy that I was dealing with at the time, and the supposed to be sister brother, they were conversating back and forth. He was like, "Man, what you in here doing? This, that, and the third." He's like, "You went to roughing and moving fast when I got here." He's like, "Oh no, man, I was doing some more shit like that." He's like, "Hey, what you was in here beating your John like that?" Nah, he was in here fucking and y'all, and interrupted. But anyway, so by that time when we heard the kids turning the door, I had jumped up and I had hid like that. So he must have went outside and called his sister. He was like, "Hey man, whatever you at, stop what you doing, come to the house, because this nigga here on some shady shit." You could hear him on the telephone. By that time, I couldn't leave. So I had jumped up when we heard the keys turning the door, jumped up, ran and hit on the side of the bed that we told me to hide it. But when you come in from out the den area where he was sitting at and going to the bedroom, it was a chair on the right hand side. Over behind that chair was a double barrel shotgun. I could see this shit just like it was yesterday. Like, I relived this moment, and the day the shit happened on was Friday the 13th. Like I don't play with Friday the 13th, because it's been 2 incidents has happened with me, and this is one of the ones that I'm talking about. So you can hear old boy on the phone calling his sister, "Hey man, you need to get on to the house because this nigga got some more shady ass shit going on." Blah, blah, blah. I'm saying to myself, this nigga, that probably his sister. Oh, so I'm on the floor putting a piece to the puzzle. Like I said, I was an asshole nigga, and I had my clothes. By that time, she get there, I hadn't got dressed. I had everything but my shoes. I had my keys. All I needed to do was just run out that motherfucker and go straight B-line. So she get in there, "What you doing? What bitch you got up in here? I know somebody up in here. Is she up in here? She might well come on out." When she first got there, she got to the room. She was trying to come over there, check on the side of the bed while I was landing, but he kept distracting her. You could hear her walking throughout the house, checking rooms and closets. I said, man, this bitch gonna catch me up in here. Like that, I said, if I'd have known this motherfucker had a female he was staying with, I wouldn't have been over here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no been with my ass over there nowhere. Listen to this motherfucker, dunked ass motherfucking nigga, and got me trapped up in some bullshit over here in another bitch house. Man, that girl was in there for 10 minutes. They were going back and forth arguing. I'm laying on the floor. It was the comforter that was on the bed. It had me covered, so you really couldn't see me, and I can't kind of like put this part of my body, majority of this part of my body up on the bed where you couldn't see me. Could hardly see me unless you pulled the cover back and boom, you would have saw me. So the whole time I'm laying on the floor looking up under the bed, I could see her feet. I said, oh, this is a skinny bitch. I said, I could fight this bitch. But the whole time, she had her homegirl with her. She was a thick bitch. I said, I had to thump both these motherfuckers. If I got to fight, I got to fight these bitch. Head up like that. So somewhere he, they were arguing. They argued for like 10 minutes back and forth. He kept texting my phone. I'm trying to get her to take me to the cleaner so I can get my clothes out of the cleaner. Then when I leave, you leave. But the whole time, the brother is on the roof. You can hear him walking around on the roof doing with the nail gun, whatever was he was doing up there. So he eventually got her out the house. No, let's back up. She came back in the room and she pulled that double-barrel shotgun out from behind the chair, and she cocked that bitch. She was like, whatever bitch up in here, bring your ass out now, because I'm finna send you to your motherfucking maker. I never moved. He kept saying, man, ain't nobody up in here. You tripping for nothing. He was like, man, come on, because you tripping, man. Take me and get my clothes. Take me and get my clothes from out the cleaner. So somewhere he called her ass and got her at the motherfucking house. He texted me. He was like, we in the car, when I text you to leave. Don't look back, don't do nothing, leave. Like I said, my car was out front. She kept asking who blue car that was out front. He was like, oh, that car belonged to a nigga that pulled up and went up the damn street. He went up the damn street, fucking out with some bitch up the damn street. She was like, she didn't believe him. But anyways, he ended up getting her to leave the house. When they left the house, he texted me. He was like, go. So I jumped up. Had to make sure there wasn't nobody in the house. Sprinted for the front door. It was a key in the door. I had to fight with that motherfucker. I took out running, got my keys. I had already had my keys. Took out running, scrapped the front door. As I'm going out the house and getting in my car, he was like, hey, who that? Where you come from? I knew that nigga was lying. This her brother on the roof. I knew that nigga was lying. He got on the phone. I could hear him on the phone calling her and telling her some bitch just ran out the motherfucking house. He was lying. Fast forward. He come calling me later on that day talking about something. I got him caught up. I said, nigga, how I get you caught up? I said, you a motherfucking narcissist, because bitch, you never thought I got you caught up. I said, if you'd have kept it a buck and told me that was your sister's house, I would have never came over. I said, because I had my own place out in the country anyway. I said, no, you got me fucked up. You finna get you finna get my head blowed out on some bullshit that your ass got going on when you could just kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, girl, ended up putting him out. At the time he worked in this, so he was like, oh, girl, put him out. He was like, can you come out here to the job? I said, for what? I ain't coming out there and do a bitch ass thing. Like, you dangerous. You gonna get me killed. I can't fuck with you. So from then on, I ain't fuck with him. I didn't fuck with him for a long time after that. He had left. He came back. We linked up, but I didn't sleep with him because, like I said, he dangerous. We linked up, had a few drinks when I had to eat. And I told him, I said, you know, this it right here. So he's somewhere. Last I heard, he was in Texas. The last I heard, shacking up with another bitch. I don't know. So yeah, that's my story time from what happened to me from Friday the 13th. I ain't had no business with my old ass fucking with that little YN. I ain't had no business. I knew better. So yeah.